Hello everyone, welcome back to a new Harstem cast video. Today we're going to be looking at a best of 5 played between Parting and TYTY in the most recent Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. The top left spawning as the blue Protoss player is going to be Parting. And the bottom right spawning as the red Terran, it's going to be TYTY. Playing for Team Africa Freaks against... I think just sponsored by Corsair at the moment. Parting used to be in Dragon Phoenix Gaming, but I believe he left. I could be wrong. Now, we're seeing an opening here out of Parting, which has gotten quite a bit of attention recently. This is going to be most likely a 17 Nexus Scout build. Now, this particular build in PvT will most likely, from what I've seen, go into a 3-gate. And not just a regular 3-gate. This goes into a 3-gate proxy with lots of chrono boost on the cybernetics core. So what you do is you proxy a pylon, whether that's over here, or in this case maybe somewhere. Where's he going? Where are you going? Okay, over here. It's an interesting location. You proxy a pylon there real fast. You get a single gas after Nexus, 18 supply cyber core, and you put 3 chrono boost on the warp gate. You get 5 adepts, which should finish warping in at like 321 or so, and you'll be in your opponent's base extremely rapidly. Now we see TY here. He's aware that Parting likes to play this build order, and as a result he opens up with a very fast factory, which I think is actually a relatively decent counter. Something like straight Cyclone is going to be very, very useful. Let's see if he's going to be capable of finding what his opponent is doing. Now, the reason why he's opening up with such a fast factory is because a lot of the time Parting either plays this exact build or he likes to play Proxy Void Ray, and in both scenarios this is actually a proper response, at least in my mind it is. Wait, what? He's gonna open up with cars, I guess? I mean, it can be starport, right? That would make no sense anymore. Oh, it's proxy starport cars. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like this. This is not as a response to what he knows Parting might do. No, this is very, very different. Okay, this probe is going to end up finding that starport over there, which would be very, very nice for Parting. The moment he sees that, he'll be like, okay, I know what this is now. The problem for TY here is that, sure, he's going to be able to get a couple of cars out, but there will be 5 adepts, there will be a single stalker at a very fast time, and the eco of Parting also isn't looking the bad. The main disadvantage of this build is the late detection you have, the very low amount of gas, and the lateness of the tech, of course. So I feel like this might actually end up being pretty bad here for TY. He spotted the gateway, he now is getting a bunker on the high ground, and if he can't run out with these Hellions... Oh my god, he can run... Are you joking? Hellions managed to run past, and because there's a full wall here, I don't think Parting actually can do very much. If this bunker goes up, this is a complete hold. Now this is a kill on that SCV. Medevac is heading into the main base. 2 batteries are on the way. When's the next warp in ready? Okay, 2 stalkers being warped in the main base. This bunker finishes up. 5 SCVs have gone down though. So a little bit of damage here on the side of... Oh my god. Parting just completely defends this. This wasn't even close. TY's like, whoa, that kind of sucks. These units are so fast. And right now, 35 workers against 18. 4 gas. 3 extra gas going down at the same time. There's a single battery here, which means that unless you hit all of your shots at once, you're not actually going to kill too many workers. Good movement here coming out of Parting. The double battery, really a nice touch as well. The adepts are once again shading up. Shouldn't be able to do too much. Tank is being constructed right now. I don't think that will be enough though for TY, who is just so freaking far behind when it comes to workers. It's not like he has extra barracks either. His starport still needs to fly home as well. And Parting still has the ability to potentially move out. Careful TY, okay. Hellion pickup happens. What is the unit count? We have 5 adepts, we have 5 stalkers, and all of these units are right now moving across the map. TY is practically stuck on 1 base. We see a Twilight Council on the way here for Parting. Could start throwing down a Robo Bay as well at any given moment. Will he finish the shade? Will he finish the shade? Yes, he will. I don't think this was quite intended. Maybe it was, I don't know. Seems like a bad shade though. Loses 5-4 adepts for free. These Hellions get picked up, and this seems like a defense here for TY. Now third base will start soon. Oh my god, he hadn't even started the robo yet. Yeah, detection is so late with this opener, especially if you decide to go for any type of tech before the robo, which is exactly what Parting did here. Now, the problem that TY will have is that his extra barracks are going to be so freaking late. It will be insane. Okay, 2 workers do go down. And the reason for that is not only is he getting a 3rd CC, but in general they already would have been late because he had so much trouble defending early on. He's not producing workers at the moment on his natural. I'm not quite sure why. Seems like a little bit of a sloppy mistake. Parting still very far up in workers. His 3rd base is going to be done quickly. These 2 stalkers will be able to... No, barely missed that the Hellion. How many tanks do we have now? We have 3 tanks, we have 9 marines, and we have a Raven on the way. Okay. With 11 stalkers, Parting should be able to one-shot tanks. Which, that's nice, you know, if you can one-shot tanks, that's generally a good thing. However, these tanks are so well positioned that I don't think he can actually just blink in. All of these tanks are double covered, meaning that if you blink into one, the other one is still covering from a different position. This one might be the most vulnerable from the low ground, but also not really. I think perhaps the best play for Parting is to walk over here and then blink on top of this one and then kind of retreat towards this top area. The problem is he doesn't have vision of what his opponent is currently doing, so he doesn't know exactly, hey, what am I supposed to be doing right here, right now. Double eBay coming up for TY. As the observer starts making it across, he wants to see, hey, what do you have here? He sees this this tank on the high ground, and I think he's gonna do what I said. He's gonna kind of rotate towards the natural base right now. He's not aware of the tank here, not quite at least, but he knows about this one. I think if he does well, he might just be able to blink on top of both of them. Meanwhile, in the background, we have those Colossi being pumped out. Hellion made it into the main base once again. Here come the Stalkers, here come the Stalkers. Bad blink forward by Parting. Takes a lot of shots on these Stalkers, still gets the tank, and now, exactly like I said, just kind of moves upward. Still getting a couple more tanks. Ooh. Sloppy play there, loses a few too many Stalkers. TY should still be dead, or at least in a very, very bad position, but there's been a couple of moves now where I'm like, well, Parting, I'm not too sure about that. This tank has so much coverage, and now this tank is here on the low ground as well. High ground is relatively vulnerable, but of course Parting can't really know that. Blinks out, we have a mine drop, 4 mine drop being loaded up. Is there an armory yet? This type of drop gains so much power if there is an armory, but that is not quite the case, because then you need detection in all your bases. Right now you can just clear it up after the mine shoot, obviously. So interesting to see what both players will try to do. TY moving towards his low ground. Is charge done yet? Yeah, charge is done. We have a couple of zealots being warped in. Gateway count of 8. Do we have any upgrades? No. +1 is about to finish though for Parting. And here comes the mine drop. Cannon will start getting 5-6 shots maybe. 3 shots. Not quite in time with the response here though. And we'll lose at least a couple of probes. Literally a couple of probes. Yes, 1 mine drops over here, and I think the final mine should be going into what I can only assume to be the main base. Okay, this one does a decent enough job, and now we have this mine moving here. No lift on this one, so he's gonna leave it to die. Oh wow. I feel like if he targeted that, he probably could have gotten way more. Meanwhile, we have a fight over here, which I completely missed. Apparently a Raven managed to push out 2 interference matrices. Colossi getting a little bit low, but this army is very marine heavy. So the moment the Colossi are back in action, this might be some issues. Both Marauders go down. 1 Marauder is left. 2nd Marauder joins up. Tank on the high ground, but not quite in range to defend his own command center. 4 bases for Parting, who is continuing his upgrades. Forgot about thermal lance though. It's going to be a little bit painful here. 3 Colossi are out on the field, and against this marine count of 23, they're going to be very useful. Oh my god, he unsieges the siege tank, and he needs to start kiting back right now. He needs to start kiting back with those marines, because, yeah, there's absolutely no way you can fight against Colossi with an army like that, as Parting takes game number 1 in this best of 5 series. Alright, game number 2 of this best of 5 between, in the top right spawning as the red Terran. It's going to be TY Bottom left, blue Protoss is going to be parting. Yeah, that last build order is so freaking tricky. I always feel bad for the Terrans when I see them having to play against it. I'm not entirely sure what is best, because the timing hits so freaking tight. You could say, well, what about perhaps some Marine into factory action, straight into Tech Lab? Would that be possible? No, I don't even think you have a Cyclone out by the time this hits. And definitely not with things like Marine into Reactor. So I don't mind double gas stuff, and I don't even mind straight factory, Marine factory into CC. But it seems like Hellions aren't really the answer, right? The depth straight so well against Hellions. A mine could be of some use, mine in combination with a bunker. You get some splash off for free, you get at least in a depth for free majority of the time if they shade in, or they need to walk past the bunker. So I feel like perhaps a mine isn't too bad, but it's difficult to say what exactly is best. I'm not quite sure. And the moment you start building mines as well, perhaps the follow-up can become harder because you don't have any of the good factory units like a Cyclone or a tank that are helpful against bigger gateway units. So I haven't quite experimented enough with this build to say, okay, this seems to beat it pretty consistently. This is such a cool position. You see Parting put a lot of effort into finding good locations for these gateways that are difficult to scout, are not on the regular scouting trajectory of a Reaper, of an SCV. Basically an SCV I think would walk here and barely not... No, I think an SCV would actually see this. Who am I kidding? Wouldn't it? I feel like it should. Oh yeah, it's just a terrible location then. Why would he do that? Okay, so TY saw it and he's like, okay. So now we're gonna see the... Oh, a bit of a pause or something. We're gonna be seeing the... In my mind, what should be the best response possible, okay? TY knows exactly what should be coming. He should... Okay, he's gonna go for mines. I wouldn't be surprised if this is with an armory. I said one of the disadvantages of this build for sure is the lateness of the detection. So if you do a quick mine drop with an armory, what is the Protoss really supposed to do against that? Now we will find out, hopefully, if TY decides to do it. He could also just be going for a regular mine drop. You see the delay on his command center though is quite long. Bunker on the high ground will finish up, and Parting is going to be at least surprised. I think the moment he sees this this high ground bunker and no CC or nothing like that. Yes, okay, it's going to be an armory. I like this. This to me sounds like a good idea. Now we have two adepts, one stalker out, exactly like I mentioned before. The warping is a little bit late, but that's because it's Pillars of Gold. This map has just less minerals because of how the patches in the main base are kind of set up. Now we see the adept shade in, they see a bunker, should probably cancel. Yep, there we go, cancels, and then should start a robotics facility at home as soon as possible. Starts his gases as he realizes, hey, something tricky is going on here. Maybe double battery even. Goes for the straight Twilight Council. Now, this is an issue. I think this is unsafe. I just don't think that is the way it's supposed to be. I think we're supposed to see a robotics facility, and that's not what we're seeing right now. We have 35 workers against 24. What in the world is this? Alright. TY drops one mine in the mineral line, and that's one. I mean, he's gonna have a crap ton of denied mining time, no? Oh my god, he misses it. Are you joking? Goes into the assimilator. Parting didn't even micro that. Oh, actually gets the stalker. Now detection is going to end up being very, very late. 40 workers against 24. This mine is about to shoot for a second time. Let's see if Parting is ready. What is the sense of timing here for Parting? Not good enough, I think. As yep, this mine will shoot not only gets 2. Poor targeting so far by TY. We kind of have to admit this one will get 2 more. I feel like so far he missed like 5-6 shots. Now we have two stocks not being micro to absolute perfection. We'll lose both of them. GG gets called as Parting realizes there is no use to stay in this game. He pisses off as TY takes game number 2 and kind of finds, in my mind, what is a hard counter, but also a bit of a blind counter because you need to start that double gas very, very early. Let's head straight into game number 3. Game number 3, Sparting as the blue Protoss player, TY as the red Terran. We'll see if Parting decides to go for the same builder. So far 2 out of 2. Now, like I mentioned before, this is a builder that is just extremely strong. And I feel like Terrans haven't quite figured out yet what the best solution is to this particular build order. Sure, some Terrans have said that they think they know what to do, but I'm not quite sure if that is true. This might just be a little bit of bluff, you know, pretending like they know while actually not having a clue. I also think that things like a proxy Reaper could be relatively powerful against this, because you do delay your Cybercore by 2-3 seconds. You don't really scout. Things like a 2-Rex probably straight up win as well, because you don't really scout after Nexus. So there is a couple of blind counters. The problem is that ideally you don't want to be blind countering too much, of course. You want to be able to, after you scout, hey, something is wrong here. You want to be able to make some educated decisions at that point. Is he going to scout with his SCV for the proxy? This is a very common location. Parting using this exact same proxy location against Cure in the last GSL Super Tournament, I want to say. Don't think he saw that, but ooh. Okay. That's interesting. Wants quick access, I guess. Yeah, TY. Oh no, I thought he actually rallied over there. Never mind. Might still send it there though. This is such an obvious location. I don't really like it. I would have even preferred it over here, which is slightly further away, but seems harder to scout for whatever reason. Yep, here comes TY. Okay. Sees this pylon. Now the Adept is about to be out, so I don't think he can do too much about this. As I say, that TY has different plans. Oh, he continues building Marines from his barracks. He has a factory as a follow-up. He could... Does he need to bunker it? I'm not sure if he needs to. This should be a cancel on the gateway, I think. Oh my god. I don't think he can save this, can he? No, he can't. Parting agrees. He's gonna cancel this. No, he's not. Nah, no. He needs to cancel this. Yes, perfect call. Cancel the bunker. TY goes home as well. We have a car on the way. Okay. Now, this is interesting because the gate got spotted. You see how little gas there is in the bank here for Parting. His eco isn't all that hot. Now, for sure, the eco of TY also isn't brilliant, right? I mean, he's on 23 workers, but his command center is delayed. Parting accidentally finishes his shade. Tanks a bunch of damage on that shade as well. Oh, that's a little bit bad. Hellion gets spotted as well. Battery immediately goes down. Not a single second of hesitation here for Parting. He's like, okay, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. And he straight up goes for that battery. Now, it's funny that we see Parting actually opening up with straight Twilight again. If TY would have once again followed this up with an armory mine drop, I think Parting would have been in a crap ton of trouble. I just don't think he has an answer to mines that are invisible. It would have hit at around the same time that this is hitting, except they would be invisible, they'd be in his mineral line. I don't understand how... You need to have extremely big balls in order to play like this, if you're Parting here, in my opinion. After just losing to these mines. Now, once again, just completely pretending like that option doesn't exist here. And TY also saying, hey, like, it's very unlikely you do the same thing, but... it is the same thing. You see these Hellions not being able to do much of anything. Stalkers being microed. Well, of course, it is Parting after all. Why am I even surprised? Battery in the main base should be turned into a super battery, perhaps. Yep, there we go. Medevac is gonna go down. This is a fantastic start for Parting. This is almost game over right now. So we see a massive investment out of TY to do damage, but he did no damage. He killed a single unit. I wouldn't be surprised if that's an Adept. No. It was the pylon in the early game and the 2 cancels. Ay. So, really, TY killed the pylon in the early game and after that lost 10 units for free. That's basically what happened here. He's down 15 workers. He has low marine count. He has no factory units. He's playing against someone who has Blink, who has 6 Stalkers and 2 Adepts. Now, how in the world is he going to be able to defend this? I just don't see it. Robobay immediately on the way here for Parting. This mine is going to go down, but so are all of these Marines. I mean, this is just it. There's not much left here for TY as he throws down a turret. And did a Stalker just die there? Yeah, one Stalker did end up going down. this CC gets forced a little. It's going to be 1 base versus 3. Oh my god, Parting doesn't want to wait for that. He says, I think I can just blink in and kill you. Focusing down the Marines. Ultimate denial of damage output here. Saves the Stalker. Good micro coming out of Parting. And I think this might just be a little bit too much for our green Terran, who is desperately trying to keep the reactor alive. I mean, he's dying against 4 Stalkers. So he doesn't know his opponent has 51 workers as well. Robobay on the way. I mean, this is gonna go down eventually, right? Like it has to. Oh my god, blinks on top of the next tank. Is going to end up getting it. Catches the Marine. GG gets called. TY realizes that it's over. Leaves the game. And these games have been insanely short, but very, very action-packed. Freaking Thors, mine drops. I don't even know what this was. There's some heli and marine stuff. But once again, TY bites the dust, putting Parting on match point. Alright, game number 4 between bottom right spawning as the red Terran is going to be TY. Top left spawning against the blue pro player is going to be Parting, who seems to be switching things up as we see a pylon going down on the low ground here for Parting. What is the plan here? With this low ground pylon Parting, this isn't going to be the same thing as before, I can assure you that. You don't need a low ground gateway for that. So I'm really curious to see what he's going to be doing. Oh, it might just be the same thing actually. We see no chrono boost, we see no second gas here either. Or at least, or no first gas even, excuse me. Is this just going to be the same thing again? Then why the low ground gateway? I don't understand it. I just don't know. I don't know, but it's okay. I bet Parting is about to show us as we see TY opening up with a very standard opener here. This is the most standard of openers. Okay, we see the Nexus go down. Gas. Probe. Cybercore. Gas. I think it's going to be no. He's not sending this probe across the map, which indicates that we're not going to be seeing a proxy gateway. Now that is interesting. He's faking it. Wait, what? Oh, this is a salad. Okay. Now I'm... now you've got my attention. Now you've got my attention. So the first chrono boost goes on the Zealot. Zealot will move across the map. It gets scouted. TY doesn't even have a low ground CC. Once TY, so the Zealot might indicate proxy void ray, but now that TY scouts this second gas not being down, he should know that really there's nothing he needs to worry about. You can probably just start a CC on the low ground. I think he actually could. Just get like 4 Marines from your barracks and you're probably going to be fine. Yeah. 4 Marines from the barracks and we see the Zealot is making its way across the map. Adept will shade as well. I like this a lot here for TY. This is a very, very good start. I love that he's going in with this Adept, with this SCV as well. He's going to be able to spot the tech, or more so the lack of tech right now. And knowing, hey, that Adept will probably join the Zealot. Of course, anticipating that there would be an Adept. Could also have been a Stalker. If this was Zealot Stalker, perhaps a harder defense here for TY. 4 Marines should be plenty to deal with this threat though. I believe at least. Oh... a bit sloppy there on some of that stutter step. Misses 1 or 2 shots. Now ends up killing that Zealot for 2 Marines. No micro back on this Marine. And I think this Hellion should be able to clean up this Adept. Am I wrong? No, I'm not. So we have what? 4 Marines. No, 3 Marines and an SCV for a Zealot and an Adept. And I kind of like this for TY, honestly. This is an okay start. He's going to be able to put on some pressure real quick as well. Once again, this is the same build. He did this build 3 times, and every single time, or 2 times already, there's the 3rd time. Every single time he did this build so far, it absolutely fell flat on his face. No, that's incorrect actually. The first game he played a reactor Hellion. He had 4 Hellions and a proxy starport. That was not the same build. My apologies, that was a mistake. That was a different build which had less Marines early on, because a very fast factory. Now that was very, very different. I think he played that with double gas as well actually. That was not correct what I said. We see a second barracks on the way, tech lab on the factory and tech lab on the reactor. I'm not quite sure what this means. Probably going to... Does he get a Raven first then, or does he immediately swap those? I'm not sure. Hellions into the natural. 3 Hellions can one-shot probes, but they all need to line up perfectly because there is a super battery or just a regular battery. But even a regular battery is always super in my heart. Oh, gets 6 workers. Is a good return here out of these Hellions, with all of the Hellions still alive. Dark Shrine on the way for parting, and these Hellions didn't go in far enough, so this is going to be so unfortunate, honestly. Raven is not on the way yet, finally starts, but what is the scan situation like? We have no scans. We're not even close to, oh, we are close to 2 scans, actually. I lied. Not sure why I would lie. Here come the DTs, 3 DTs into the main base, and they will just start fighting. They say, hey, I think I can just straight up attack you. I can just start killing your units. Move your prison parting. What are you doing here? Morphs into an Archon with 2 of them. Recalls that. This was very, very sloppy. I think he could have gotten way more out of that. Probably was busy at home dealing with the threats. But, oh, when you have DTs in your opponent's base, that's the most important thing you're going to have in your life. Now, the Archon did get recalled back home. Perhaps he can still go... What's he doing? Maybe he wanted to bait a Raven turret or something. This was sloppy by parting. This should have done more. He was not paying attention to his prism. This should have been way, way better. Now we have 2 DTs here in this prism. 3rd Nexus going down for parting. He's still in a very playable position, but the problem here is that Stim is going to be done soon. He won't have a Colossi ready for that push, I think. Oh, so it's important that he gets... If he gets that, that would be huge. Yes. This is absolutely massive. Because it's only a single tech lab. It needs to be rebuilt. There's not going to be any upgrades. And this gives him the time to actually get that Colossi out. Without that, Stim will most likely finish before the Colossi is out. And you have all of a sudden 12, 16 Marines with a Raven in your 3rd base. And how are you going to hold that? It's not possible. Where that Archon? Why isn't that Archon across the map? Oh, it's stuck between this, behind this wall probably. That's some big yikes. DT moving in will try to get a swipe on one of these SCVs. Gets 2 hot pickup and will fly into the main base, where look at the way that these depots are positioned. Just behind these little holes in the mineral line, where usually DT loves to move in to try and get a kill or 2. So this is a pickup. And we see tanks being built here right now as well. No 3rd barracks being added yet. TYTY's floating a crap ton of money for the early game stage, and it makes very little sense. Yeah, here come 3 racks at the same time. I feel like a 3rd rack could have been built already a bit earlier. These 5 racks production is something you want to go up to later, obviously. Now, oh no. If this Stim dies again, that would be awful, but not going to be the case for now. Combat Shield is going to finish at like the 10-minute mark, by the way. Well, like 9, probably 9:20, something like that. It's gonna be so freaking late. It's not cool, guys. That's not cool. So Parting should know that he has a lot of time, as he saw only a single barracks with a tech lab, which means Stim and combat can be researched at the same time. And thus Parting knows, hey, I have a lot of time. I can get a 4th base going. I can probably skip out on units for a long time. See how little units he has. Does he have charge yet? I think he does. Yep, he does. Marine being sent out across the map. Stim finally finishes up 7 minutes and 55 seconds into the game. Single forge on me. I wouldn't be surprised if he threw down a 2nd forge, especially now this going into 6 gas. This prism should kind of elevator down this Archon. Parting is getting aggressive already. Parting is getting aggressive, and I kind of like it. There's no combat shield. We have 2 Colossi. We have thermal lance. Sure, there's still a Raven. Where's that Raven? With 2 Vikings over here. Look how scared TY is of dying. He's so afraid of dying to a Colossi push. He immediately starts Viking production after 2 medevacs. But without combat shield and without any marauders, this is going to suck. Guardian Shield, Archons, Colossi. Let's take a look at a focus fire here from Parting. Where are these Colossi shooting at? So far, only swipes on the tanks. These Marines being microed back. Oh, Vikings getting some good shots up on these Colossi. Good pickup micro coming out of Parting, who moves back, realizing that his entire army has been anti-armored. Miss out. Now, there's still no combat shield here, and honestly, I kind of feel like I kind of feel like the TY might just be dead here. Sure, there's 3 Vikings, and oh my god, great pickup there as that Colossus seems to stay alive forever. Now there's still 2 Colossi alive, and this army is still purely Marines. Combat shield still 10-15 seconds away from finishing. Good micro coming out of Parting, who is also already mining from a fort base. Let's not forget about that. He sends 2 zealots over towards the third of TY, and here comes Parting moving forward. That SCV transfer is looking very dangerous. Good pickup there. These Colossi are staying alive way too freaking long. Third Colossi comes in here as well. +2 is not anywhere close to being finished here for Parting, but I think it won't even matter. 76 workers against 53. 2 more gates are being added. 5th base probably going to be on the way as well. And the charge lots. I mean, the charge lots alone can almost win this game. But there's still 3 Colossi in the back. So many Vikings. How many Vikings have gone down? 6 Vikings have gone down and not a single Colossi. The micro on this Colossi has been fantastic as Parting takes game number 4 and wins the series 3-1. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to smash the like button as well. That helps me a lot. And I hope to see you all next time for more Harstem Cast videos. Bye bye.